it's so cool that, doing this, not only is the practice something I'd love to do, but it's part of the process, like the learning of how to get things together. And, you know, everything is a process. And I was talking to my girlfriend, she's actually in Paris and she takes the classes the next day. But she's like, I don't know how you're going to continue doing this when you go back to work. And I said, well, it's because I really love doing this. And I was listening to a podcast just before we got started. And if you can find the love to do something so much, you will work that much harder to do it. So you can do this with anything. You could do it with relationships, you could do it with work. It's just so cool to feel like that is what I really like to do and I love it. And so you find a way to make things work that way. That is my little tidbit today. So I just thought that was really cool because we talked about that about 10 minutes before we started this class. All right. So let's come back let's actually just take a moment to have a seat, land in our breath. I know there's a couple of people that just got into the class, so welcome. And take a moment to feel how your body has arrived, how you've shown up for yourself today. You can even close your eyes if that helps to center yourself or just ground into wherever you are. We were having a good giggle about hitting the snooze button, so I can appreciate the rolling out of bed quickly and getting to your yoga mat. Now, with that being said, it only takes a few breaths just to change your energy around. So let's do that here. Take a big inhale, reach your arms up. And exhale, hands in front of your heart. Big breath in, reach up. Big, big, big stretch. Exhale, hands in front of your heart. Good. Notice how this feels. Just those 2 big breaths we took. How it feels to welcome this shift in space. The shift in our bodies and in our mind. Let's do that again. So take an inhale, reach up. This time, interlace your fingers and press your palms up to the ceiling. Huge, huge stretch. This probably is the first stretch this morning. So really big, big stretch. Really good. Get into your sides. Going from side to side, nice and slow. Do you guys ever feel that where, you wake up in the morning and you're like, how did I sleep? I'm so relaxed, but I still feel a little bit of tension in my body. What? I thought I was supposed to be relaxing, but it's really neat just to feel how movement can really change the state. Okay, so let's change the grip. Bring the hands down. Inhale, reach up. Now take the more unusual grip. It's probably the more uncomfortable one. So notice how that feels and then stretch up again. Big, big reach. Exhale, come over to your sides. So just retraining where our body goes habitually. Just those little stretches, those little adjustments. Couple more big breaths here, or just not even big breaths, just some movement. Get the spine warmed up. Okay, let the arms come down, shoulder roll. Shake out your hands and take tabletop position. So we come right onto our hands and our knees. And we'll circle the shoulders over your wrists. See how that feels as you kind of just rock from side to side. You might even Feel the hips rotating. And then go the other way with your shoulder circles. Good. All right, come back to neutral. Take a big breath in, drop your belly, look up, open up through your chest. Exhale, round your spine, roll in. Press up between the shoulder blades. Inhale, drop your belly, look up. And exhale, curl your tailbone, round your back. So try to bring the hips back an inch or two. Just see how that feels. The breath spreads across the upper back. And inhale, open up the heart, look forward, reach up with the eyes. And exhale, round through. So do this just a couple more times. Feels pretty good to even go side to side. So like a lateral or C-shaped spine, just going through side to side. And then take a seat back into child's pose. So pull the hips back. Let's do like a little half frog here. So if you take your feet, instead of bringing the toes together, you could take the feet wider and then let the hips sink back to that space between your heels. So again, you probably have done child's pose or widening child's pose the same way all the time. And just see how this feels. A little shift. And while we are low here, crawl your hands over to the left side of your mat and get a little bit deeper into the side body. Now our practice is a slow flow class today, and just really creating that energy of awareness. Okay, come on through the center. Let's switch sides. Feel free to cross your wrist too. So if that's something you like to do in the shape, go for it. Breathe deep. Get long. You might feel this in different spots in the left side body, which is pretty obvious. Like you can really feel it there. That's what I would call like the easy stretch. But where else are you feeling this too? So if you're dragging your awareness deeper into the body, are you feeling this in the low back? How does it feel in your right side, in the right side body? Yeah. All right, come back to the center. Make your way into tabletop position. Bring the knees about under the hips, hands underneath the shoulders once again. Stretch your left leg out behind you. Come onto the toes. Activate your leg. Feel the leg turn on. Now the gaze could just come right to the top of your space. That helps to keep your chest long and the heart proud and open. Good. Now crawl the right fingertips forward. Find your balance. Take a breath in. Exhale, flex the left heel and float your foot off the mat. Hovering here. Now stay connected to the stability of your pelvis. So just check out here what's going on with the left hip. Are you dropping the hip forward? Is it collapsing in the front? If that's the case, lower your leg, contain that area by engaging your lower abdomen, and then reach through the leg. Keep pressing the floor away with your left hand. Now let's float the right fingertips up. Find your balance. Might be a little bit shifty. That's okay. Good. Keep reaching nice and long. Press the floor away with the left hand. Take a breath in. Now exhale. Bring the elbow in to tap the knee. Round the spine just like you did in that cat stretch. Inhale, reach out, lengthen. Exhale, pull in. Now, as we start to move, just notice where we're releasing energy here. Inhale, reach. Keep that containment in the left hip. Exhale, pull in. Good. Breathe in, nice and slow. Waking up the back of the body. Exhale, pull in. Good. One more time. Inhale, reach. Now, as we exhale, reach up with the right hand. And then grab hold of your foot if you can. So grab hold of your left foot as you bend the knee. Kick back, open the chest. And again, the awareness is in the right side of the chest. If you're feeling the left hip collapsing, release the foot. Okay, keep breathing. Awesome. Let the foot go. Hand comes down to the mat. Take a big breath in. Drop your belly. Look up. Exhale, round your spine. Now shift the weight back. Give your wrists a little break. Coming into that separated foot child's pose. Now while we're here, take inventory. How does this feel from side to side? What does your left side feel like? What does the right side feel like? Without creating labels, just observing and exploring. Again. All right, come on up, other side. So as we press down through the hands, right leg back this time. So tune into all those muscles in your right leg. Then crawl the left fingertips forward. We're still on the hand though. Good. See how the chest needs to really activate to stay connected to the front of the body. Press the floor away. Now flex the right heel and lift the heel up. Turn on the lower abdomen, turn on the belly. Feel the length in the front of the body. All the while, you're still practicing containment. So contain the right hip flexor. Now float left fingertips forward. Breathing nice and deep. Every exhale, you get a little bit stronger in this shape too. Eyes are calm, eyes are steady. Train your brain here to focus, to be still while we're balancing. Good. Now take an inhale. Exhale, round in. Tap elbow to knee. Press the floor away with the right hand. Inhale, reach out. Nice and slow. Exhale, pull in. Good. Inhale. And exhale. Good. Big breath in. Get long. Exhale, pull in. Let's just do one more. And draw in. Press, press, press the floor away. Now this time, as you lengthen out, reach, get long. Then bend. Hinge the right knee. Grab hold of your foot. Keep kicking open through the chest. And eyes are calm, eyes are steady. Excellent. Okay, let this go. And this time we'll go right into a downward dog. So press the hips up and back. Notice how that feels in your body as you pedal out the feet. Take your feet a little wider. So go right to the edges of your mat. And then crawl your hands to the back of your space. Come to the back of your mat. Take an inhale, lengthen your chest. Exhale to fold. Bend your left knee. Keep your left hand on the mat. Reach your right arm up to the ceiling. Option to bring your right hand onto your sacrum, which is that triangular bone at the base of the spine. You could even come onto your fingertips if the floor is too far away. Open it up. Good. Keep breathing. Breathe length. Stretch the crown of your head forward. Tailbone is lengthening back. Twist a little bit more. Come back to center. Replace the left hand. Bend your right knee. Inhale for length. Exhale, twist. Reaching up. And open up across the heart. Now this twist, the response, can you feel that in your lower back? In the sit bones maybe? Good. One more breath in. Feel the left shoulder blade wrap around the spine. Now let the hand come back to center. Crawl your way forward. Downward dog. You can reposition your feet now. Take an inhale. Sigh, let it go. Good. Now inhale, roll your spine forward, just like a wave. Roll the spine forward into a high plank. Look to the top of your space. Set your knees on the mat. Come all the way down to your tummy, nice and slow. Elbows will hug your sides as you come down. Inhale into a baby cobra. Keep your hands on the mat for this one. Press down through the shoelaces. Exhale, lower your heart. Push back, tabletop. Downward dog. Take a breath in and a breath out. And one more inhale. Exhale. Inhale to sweep your right heel up nice and high. Bend your knee, open your hip, reach through the hip. Good. Inhale to lengthen out the leg. Now step your foot to the outside of your right baby finger. Drop your back knee to the mat. Good. Sink down into the hips. Now, as we just kind of focus our balance here, take your right foot a little wider and then have a look at your toes. Toes will turn out to the right, knee lines in the same direction. Curl the left toes under, lift your knee. Now crawl your hands forward, get into a long, low lunge. So keep pressing the hands down and forward. Back leg is strong. Feel the heel high on top of the big toe, length through. Now if you can even draw the chest forward. So this is a long, low lunge. Breathe. Press into your right heel. Feel your hamstring engage. Belly is strong. Good. Bring the hands back under the shoulders. Lift your hips, downward dog. Right heel sweeps up to the ceiling. And then set your foot back down. Inhale the left heel up. Bend your knee, open the hip. Yeah, take a big breath and lengthen out your leg. Slowly, slowly draw the knee towards your left tricep. And then step your foot to the outside of your left baby finger. Bring your right knee down, find your center. Find your balance. Now curl your right toes under, take a breath in, lift the knee, stabilize. So you could do this bit by bit as you crawl the fingertips forward, stay on the fingertips. You can get a little bit lower, long, low lunge. So here, connect to your left hamstring. Can you feel how the center of your heel is pressing into your mat so strong? Now, imagine you're trying to do like a bicep curl with your knee. So you're pulling the right heel, left heel back, right hip forward. And just that engagement helps you to really feel that connection. Now see if you're sagging into your shoulders, get stronger in the upper back. Crawl your hands back. Lift your hips, downward dog, lift up, lift back, lengthen through, and release down. Inhale, slowly wave your spine forward. Look towards the top of your space. Knees can lower to the earth, come right down to your tummy again, nice and slow. Inhale, float your arms, float your legs. Take a full locust here. So as we extend, we lift, we lengthen. Pull in through the belly. Lower your chest, lower your legs, press back into downward dog. However you want to get there, tabletop to down dog is good. Inhale, right heel floats up. Let's exhale, step forward, let's come into Skandasana right away. So we're going to take our hands all the way over to the left, crawl to the left. Keep pointing your right toes to the front of the space and bend left knee, Skandasana. Get into that low hip dip. Yeah, that sounds like a dance move, the hip dip. Reach through the right heel. Breathe. Now, your left heel might be really high off the floor. You might be a little higher too. So work within your range of motion that feels good for your body. Take a breath in. Now as you exhale, crawl forward. Let's make our way into a crescent lunge from here. So square the hips off. Left toes and the ball of your foot are on the mat. Inhale, rise up. Sink down, exhale. Fan your fingers open wide. Now find something to steady your gaze on. Something that isn't moving, preferably. Okay, contain the ribs. There's that hip again, that hip with the release valve. Just a little breakdown here while we're in the shape. Feel this in your own body. As you kind of like let the hips sink forward and the belly drop, notice what goes on in the lower back. So that's a release valve. As we let the belly drop, the tailbone lifts. But try to pull navel into spine so that we're still feeling that connection in the hip joint. Good. Now from here, lean forward. Bend your left knee, come into a dancer shape. So we're going to lift the knee up, lift up your left heel, reach back with the left hand, grab your foot wherever is comfortable, inside or outside of the foot. Take an inhale to lengthen, exhale, kick back into your hand. Feel what's going on here with your standing foot. Are you shaking? Are you wobbly? Try to press down into the corners of your feet. Lift through the leg like you're wearing a compression sock, so those really tight socks. So we're feeling all the muscles activate to lift up towards the right hip. Keep opening through your chest. Good. Eyes are still fixed on that one spot. Bring your right hand in front of your heart. Draw your knee forward. Bring your knee out in front of you as you let go. Woo! Good. All right, turn your knee out to the side. I'm going to turn to face you guys. Tree pose, come into tree. So land your foot on the inside of your leg, above or below the knee. Hands can come together in front of your chest. Contain your right hip. Lift the right hip. Option to reach your arms up to the ceiling. Keep breathing. Now, if you really want to challenge your balance and go inward, try closing your eyes for 3 breaths. The eyes really need to have something to steady on for balance. And if you fall, who cares? Just fall. The best part of falling is that you learn. Okay. All right, from tree pose, we take a big step back. So bring your knee forward, hands can come together. Tip forward, step back into a lunge position, hands will land. Take a flow, step back, high plank. Lower down chaturanga, option to set your knees on the floor. Inhale, open the chest, upward dog. Let's pause here for a moment. Notice if you're kind of just folding right at the low back, pull your chest forward. Stay active as you draw your heart through the gates of your arms. Belly to spine, lift your hips, downward dog. Breathe in, breathe out. Inhale, left heel up. Exhale to step your foot beside your left thumb. I've just turned around so that you can have a better view of Skandasana. Walk your hands to your right, pivot your toes, and drop down into the right hip. Left leg straightens. Option to keep the hip up high and stay in almost like a skater lunge or a side squat. Breathe deep. So check out what's going on here with the foot. You can either have the left foot turned in or turned out, whatever is working for you. Good, now press into your right heel. Let's come forward into our crescent lunge shape, however you want to get there. Yeah, turn your inner right thigh to the ceiling. Inhale, reach your arms up to the sky. Take a big breath in. Get a little bit lower as you exhale. Find the gaze. Notice what's going on. So flare the ribs open, drop your back. There's that feeling of releasing. Now get strong, pull it in. All right, breathing very deep. Pull navel into spine, tone through the back leg. Get longer through the baby fingers. Now steady your eyes, lean forward. Shift the weight into your left foot, pick up the right foot, bend your knee, grab hold of your either the arch of your foot or the baby toe side dancer pose. Inhale, get long. Exhale, kick back. You can even come forward too. You know, there's this pose where we're up high and there's that pose where we're down low. Doesn't matter. You're still a good person either which way you pick. You're also a good person if you don't do the pose too. And keep reaching through. Stay with your breathing. Good. Bring your left hand in front of your heart. Knees will come together. Release your foot. Now draw the knee forward. Open your leg out to the side for tree pose. Steady your eyes. Lift up tall through the crown of your head. Option 2, stretch your arms out and up, maybe even out to the sides. So keep pressing the sole of your foot into the inner thigh. Inner thigh hugs right back. Activate the glutes so there's a bit of an external rotation in your thigh bones. Now keep the eyes closed if you can, or start to close them or fade them. Hands come back together in front of your heart. Draw your knee forward. Now tip forward. Tip, 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 tip. Kick back. Step back into that lunge position. Hands will lower to the earth. Step back into high plank. Lower down chaturanga. Inhale, upward dog. Exhale, lift your hips. Downward dog. All right, take your right leg up high and then slide your knee behind the right wrist for pigeon pose. And then slip the left leg back. Let's stay on the hands here. Let's just stay upright today. It's easy to kind of fall back asleep in pigeon, especially if you're very flexible in that shape. So keep your chest lifted. This will also be a back bend. Now, the spine can often take a beating throughout the day. So just check in with it. Check into how your posture is throughout your day. Now, if you're starting to feel tired, feel the chest open, feel the spine, feel the curves in your back, and just wake up. Wake up with a few big breaths. Okay, flatten your palms, curl your left toes under, lift your hips, take a step back, down dog. If you want to take the right leg back up again, go for it. Change sides, left heel floats. Lift, 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 get long, and then slowly draw the knee in behind your left wrist. Right leg can ease on back. Stay up on your hands, on your fingertips. And notice your brain's process of wanting to come forward. Oh, I want to let my chest come down, because that would be the easier thing to do, right? And keep lifting up across the collarbones. Nice big breath in and out through the nose. All right, flatten out the palms, press down and forward through the hands, curl your right toes under, lift the hips, turn on the glutes, slide the left leg back. That's funny, I did that on the other side too. Okay, roll your knee. Okay, bring your knees down, and we'll take the legs out in front of you. And we'll just come into an easy twist. So come cross-legged here. Take your right hand to the base of your spine. The left hand can cross over to the opposite knee. Sit up tall, breathe in. twist, but keep your chin in line with the center of your chest. Lift up tall. Feel the right shoulder blade wrap. Use the backhand just like a kickstand. Feel the lift and the lengthen of your spine. And all right, come over to the opposite side. Take an inhale, lift up, grow tall. Twist, exhale. Left shoulder blade wrapping. Chest is opening. And all right, come back to the center and stretch your legs all the way out. Make your way into Shavasana or your seated meditation. So just coming down into whatever shape you'd like to today. Now, I wish we had more time in the morning to get really deep into a Yoga Nidra or a deep Shavasana. But for today, try your very best to stay in whichever relaxation. Give yourself maybe 5 minutes or so. Let your practice marinate in your body. Let the bottom jaw relax from your top jaw. The breath comes back to its natural pace. And there's a sense of ease that's just washed all over your entire body. And sometimes you can learn a lot on your yoga mat, or there's a lot of talking, and then you forget it all. But just trust that everything you've learned on your mat, both internally and what was said, is there for you. It'll come out whenever you need it. So just trust the process. Thank you all so much for your energy, for your time. My deepest bows to you all from my heart to yours. Namaste. Have a wonderful day, everyone. Thank you.